Hey guys, I am finally back. I know I have not kept up my promise of making more videos, but today, can you guess what I'm going to be doing? That's right, I'm going to be taking the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I already started out with foundation since I already have a video based on that. It's basically the same routine, but after that, I'm going to highlight center my face and my under eye area with the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the color Fair, the lightest color there is, of course. And then I'm taking this Morphe sponge, making sure it's damp, and then going in and just blending that out. For my eyelids, I'm going to be using a different concealer, which is the Naked Skin Weightless Concealer in the color Fair Neutral, and I'm blending that out with the same sponge. The reason I do a different concealer is because the Tarte one is a little heavy on the eyelids. And then I'm going to be taking my RCMA No Color Powder, putting that on my eyelids to make sure there's no crease. And then I'm also going to be baking with it with that same Morphe sponge. And I'm just going to place that right under my eyes, my nose, and my chin. I'm also putting it at the corner of my mouth because, not because I usually get creases there, but because I do have a blemish, because I'm a human like everyone else. So I just wanted to make sure the makeup stayed on it. And then I'm taking the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which is incredibly beautiful. There's a lot more warm tones than cool tones, I will say, but they're all really creamy and very blendable, so I definitely recommend it. And I'm going to be taking my Morphe M502 brush, which is just a coarse, kind of large blending brush. I'm taking Silk Cream into that crease. This is going to be like the highest color because it is the lightest. It's kind of like an orangey brown, really. And I'm just going to blend that in. And then I'm taking my Morphe R37 brush. I actually really like this brush. Highly recommend it. And this brush is also a little more precise. It's still very fluffy and big, but it's slightly more precise. And I'm taking Puder, which is fairly dark on me, so I'm making sure to just start in the outer corner. And once that color is fairly off the brush, I'll start blending that towards the inner corner. I'm not going too high with this because, as I said, this is pretty dark on me, so I don't want to overdo it. And, okay, iced coffee break, of course. And then I'm taking my all-time favorite Morphe brush, which is the Morphe M441 brush, and I'm just going in and blending that together before I go in with a darker shade. I'm taking my Morphe M4 Free brush, I believe it is, it kind of rubbed off, and this is a lot more precise, so it works in really just working that color into the outer corner, which is the color Mocha, by the way, which is pretty dark, a deep brown, has like some slightly red undertones in it. And then I'm going back between brushes I've already used before and kind of blending it all together, but I'm being very careful with this color. I don't want to go too far above the crease. I just kind of want to work it in with the other colors. Once that's blended out to my liking, I'm taking the Morphe sponge once again and some RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm just kind of cleaning up the outer corners of the shadow, really sharpening the effect. With the Morphe M506 brush, which is very precise, very small, kind of a fluffy brush, I'm taking the color Chip, which is kind of a deep purplish brown. It shows up really purple on this, but it does have some brown in it. And I'm just putting that directly into the outer corner of my crease. And then I'm going to start working it into my entire crease after the color is somewhat off the brush. And then I'm not going to try to really blend with that brush because it's not going to do any good. I'm going to be taking my E22 Morphe brush, which has no color, no shadows on it whatsoever. And I'm just going to kind of go over that and blend it into the rest. But again, I'm not going too high up with that. Once that's blended, I'm going to take my Morphe M504 brush, which is a very large fluffy brush, and I'm just kind of going to work the crease even more to make sure it's really blended. because blending is the key. Next, I'm taking my Morphe M432 brush, which is a flat definer brush, and I'm taking Soda Pop, which is a very deep brown, which also has some purple undertones in it. This is probably one of my favorite colors of the palette, and I'm putting that right against my lash line. If you want, you can actually only use this as your liner and kind of just wing it out even more, but I'm actually going to be using liquid liner later. So I'm blending this out against my lash line with my Morphe E18 brush, and I'm just going along that lash line and then also going to bring it up to the crease. And then I'm taking a previous brush I used, any brush will do, and I'm just kind of blending it more into the crease. I'm just saying there should really be a drinking game on these makeup videos where you drink every time you hear the word blend. Sorry, gotta keep yourself entertained, I guess. And then I'm going to be taking my MAC Synthetic Flat Brush, which is the MAC 242 brush. I'm taking my MAC Foundation Powder in the color In Free, and I'm working that in my inner corner of my eye to the center, because I'm preparing to put that metallic shade right over that. And I just wanted it to be more vibrant, and also so it wouldn't be competing with the darker shades I used. And I'm using that same brush I used just before, and I'm getting the color Obsessed with that, which is a metallic-y, very buttery eyeshadow. I actually really like this shade. It kind of has like a grayish, purplish look to it. And I'm also spraying my brush with Max Fix Plus after I get that shade on the brush, and then I'm just going directly to the inner corner, to the center of my lid. After I get it to my liking, I'm going to go back in with that really small, precise, fluffy brush I used before and go directly into that crease to make sure that shimmer isn't in the crease, because that is not a great look. And I'm also going to be taking MAC Emphasize. I'm putting that in the inner corner, the very inner corner of my eye. And then I'm taking Hourglass Highlight in the color Ethereal Light, and I'm putting that directly over top where I put the MAC Emphasize. Taking that MAC Emphasize once again, I'm going to be using my Morphe M438 brush, and I'm just going to brush away that baking powder in the outer corner of my eye. With the color Beam, I'm taking a very small, precise, rounded brush and putting that in the outer corner. I wish I could tell you the exact number, but fortunately it has rubbed away, so I do not have an answer. With my Morphe M432 brush, it's a very flat, precise brush, I'm taking Soda Pop once again and placing that directly in the outer corner, almost my center, but not quite, of the lower lash line. And with the color Mocha, I'm taking the Morphe E18 brush to kind of blend that darker purple color towards the center more. And with the Sephora brand brush, I'm going to be using one of those lighter shades at the top row. I think I used Silk Cream for this one. And I'm just kind of blending that even more, kind of bringing it down more and towards the center more. So I'm doing two things at once there. I know, amazing. With my Maybelline Eye Studio Black Gel Liner, I'm going to be taking my Morphe E38 brush, and I'm going to start carving out a wing, and connecting it to the center of my lid. So once I draw a line from my outer corner to the end of my brow, I'm going to start bringing some eyeliner from the center of my lid along the lash line still, of course, and I'm kind of connecting it to the end of that line. And then finally, I'm going to be doing the inner corner to the middle. So I'm kind of doing 3 different parts here and kind of connecting them to one another as I go. And then I'm taking my Marc Jacobs eyeliner pencil and just lining that upper waterline and the lower waterline. And then I'm taking Abyss on my Morphe M432 brush, which is that flat brush once again. And I'm just kind of going over that eyeliner pencil to make sure nothing kind of rubs away, because you know your eyes are pretty watery, so you gotta make sure. And then I'm using my Carbon Black Voluminous Mascara. I'm just coating my lashes upper and lower before I put on my false lashes. I went ahead and finished up my other eye and popped on my false lashes, which are the Ardell Demi Wispies off camera just because it's a little quicker. And then I'm taking my Morphe E8 brush and the contour Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit in the color Fawn, and I'm just going along those cheekbones and my forehead, and I'm using a different brush to blend it out because it's a little easier, but I like how this Morphe brush is a little more precise in where I want to place it. And I'm also putting it along my nose on all sides and along my chin, just kind of carving out more of that bone structure. And just like a brush that came in a package, I don't really know which package it came in, I'm using my Hoola bronzer to just warm up my face more now that I've already carved it out. Next, taking my Morphe E3 brush, which is like a big blending brush, I'm taking MAC Emphasize onto my forehead and chin, wiping away that previous baking powder. I also did my brows off camera just because it's a little quicker, and I still need to upload a brow routine, which I will be doing eventually. And then I'm taking Beam once again on a flat brush, and I'm just popping that on my nose, under my brows, and Cupid's bow. And then I'm carving out my previous contour with the RCMA No Color Powder, once again with that Morphe sponge. Next was my Morphe E4 brush. I'm popping on some baby pink blush with the Morphe 9in palette, and I'm placing that right on my cheeks, bringing it up towards my temples almost. And then I'm blending that all out with that big fluffy brush I used before, also wiping away that baking powder right under that contour. With my Hourglass Ethereal Light highlight, I'm going to be taking my Morphe M438 brush and popping that on my cheekbones, forehead, nose, chin. It's a very natural highlight, so I like to just put it everywhere basically because it gives you kind of the illusion of very glowy, healthy skin. And then taking my Mary Luminizer, which I just recently fell back in love with. It's the perfect gold tone for fair skin. I'm using my Morphe M510 brush to pop that on directly on my cheekbones. And I'm spraying down my face with MAC Fix Plus and Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray because, I don't know, I'm just super extra. And I'm lining my lips with the NYX lip liner in the color Nude Pink, and then I'm taking my MAC lipstick in the color Creme Cup. And then finally, I'm taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in the color Butterscotch because I wanted more shiny, kind of a nude pink lips. Finally, I'm popping some of that Mary Luminizer highlight on my collarbones and shoulders because with that kind of shirt, I want to give like the illusion of very glowy, just summery bronzed skin. And that's it for now. So I really hope you guys like this look, and if you did, please subscribe, leave a comment down below, or give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.